Kindly Chang. She's got all the answers. Is there any loot in this place? No. Or is there? Climb up. Where did I come down? Subway system. Yes, indeed. Sinless. You scramble up a ladder and through an access way where the sewer system spits you out into the Hong Kong Mass Transit Railway System, the MTR. Crossing the rails, you climb up to the platform and into the station. Above you is Hoi, where the Rot Shaman and the Little Decker plan to plead your case to Kindly Chang, the one woman they know who can help you get underground and off the grid fast. But there will be a price. Chang is a triad boss whose favors tend to come with strings attached. The sounds of a waterfront at night leak down from the stairway to the surface. Peering up the steps, you can catch a glimpse of the night sky, overcast and low. Ooh, 5 karma. The sewers deposit you into a series of mechanical access ways that eventually link to a system of railway tunnels. Gobbet leads you through 5 or 6 magnetically sealed doors and across several sets of electrified tracks until she indicates you've reached your destination. She holds up her hand, indicates the surrounding platform. This is the MTR station for Hoi. Once you go up those stairs, you'll be in our neighborhood. Kindly Chang runs her operation out of a mahjong parlor there called Swift Winds. Let's play some mahjong. Wu rips off his goggles. There's an APB out on us. How do you expect us to get to the Swift Winds place without taking a bullet? Hoi is well known as a protected area. Kindly Chang sees to that. It's a shadow community. Smugglers, hijackers, black marketeers. You get the idea. Cops tend to give the place a wide berth. Isabel gives a shallow nod. Her gaze remains planted on the floor. Police cameras don't last long here. Between the smog and the cloud cover, we shouldn't have to worry about drone surveillance either. We haven't built a drone that can beat smog, huh? The HKPF won't find you, not if you follow our lead. Gobbet widens her stance, puts her hands on her hips. Now, here's how this is going to work. You can't get an audience with Chang until we secure you an invitation. To do that, we have to enter the mahjong tournament. So me and Iz will go on ahead and pay our respects. Then we'll request that she see you politely. An invitation? How do we get that? Is she a queen? Don't be a jerk. We'll kiss her ass until it shines. Oh, that's about the size of it. One more thing. Kindly Chang is a dangerous woman. She may seem friendly, but don't let your guard drop, and whatever you do, do not disrespect her. I'll act however I damn well please. She drops her hand. Got nods to the 3 of you. That's it. We'll go on ahead and smooth the way. Just give us a few minutes head start and don't talk to anyone. Because no one knows you here and outsiders aren't welcome. Plus your friend here radiates cop. Cops are even less welcome than outsiders. You're not exactly ordinary either, are you? I think I have a certain flair. I am what I am. That's all that I am. I'm Popeye the Sailor Man. Doot doot. I can blend in when I need to. There we go. Not in our neighborhood, Seattle. She smiles for the first time. If people see us strolling through town together with no prior explanation, we might not make it to the mahjong parlor at all. How do we know you're not going to bolt? I get it. Her eyes narrow and she nods approvingly. That's good. You catch on real quick. We need your sins burned as badly as you do, and we need to figure a way out of this. Or we're all dead. See you at the mahjong parlor. Is anyone playing Gwent? Anyone? The Shadowrunner's footsteps quickly fall away, and then you're alone with Wu. He grunts something unintelligible and begins panther stalking back and forth again. Boot prints of sewer water and muck marking his path on the subway platform behind him. Minutes pass. Wu stops his pacing and runs both hands over his face, groaning a sound of anxiety and disgust. It dissipates, and he stands there silently, his hands covering his face and his shoulders shaking with emotion. Then he begins to laugh. It's a laugh that comes from down deep, from the place where fear and frustration and impotence swirl. We found his impotence zone. But the barrier holds. Wu focuses, taking control of his breathing, and his laughter begins to slow. He becomes himself again. Oh my God, Lovey. Are you kidding me? What the hell are we doing here? How did we get into this? I think I'm gonna lose it. Go ahead, we're alone. You're a rock. Wu walks to the wall of the subway station silently. He stands there a moment lost in thought, and then his fists explode in a flurry of punches. He hits the wall hard, sending plaster crumbling to the floor at his feet. The orc breathes heavily for a moment, head down, hands on hips, spent. Carter is dead, Lovey. They ended her. I don't know what I'm going to do now. Just focus on finding Raymond. Sounds like she was more than just your partner. Of course she was. She was my training officer, you idiot. My mentor. Looked like you two were close. She was my partner. She had my back. Do you get how important that is? What it means to lose that? When you're out there on the streets facing down a food riot, you need to know someone's looking out for you, that you're standing next to someone you can depend on. That was Carter. And poor innocents are just trying to get fed, and they come after you. You need to know that your partner is willing to gun him down. His shoulders slump and he exhales heavily. And she was like my compass, or my anchor, or some such. She kept me, I don't know, sane. Sounds like a good woman. You're sane, Duncan. This is shock and grief. I get it. She was important to you. She got killed. Now try to focus so we don't get killed. Sucking in those deep breaths. Screw it. Whatever she was, I'm throwing her down the memory hole. You know why? Because it doesn't matter. Whatever. Because we're going to burn our sins, Lovey. Jesus Christ, do you get what that means? The moment we do that, we're dead. To all the world, we're dead. We're wiped clean. He counts it off on his fingers. Raymond, the house we grew up in, my career, Carter, all gone. No home, no money, no identity, nothing. We will be nobody. We were street kids, Duncan. We're used to being nobody. Just chill. I'm going to find a way out of this. Just follow my lead like you did in the old days. Enough with the drama, Wu. Put on your big boy pants and help me find a way out of this. You want to bring up the old days? Are you serious? You left the old days behind years ago. You left me behind. Here it comes. Here it comes. You left me behind. Memories flash bright. Suddenly you're back 8 years ago on the street outside of Raymond's house. Just you and Wu in the middle of the night. Dun dun dun. Oh, look how fresh-faced he looks. Oh, I don't look as fresh-faced. I haven't aged a day. You can't just leave like this, Lovey. What am I gonna say to Raymond? You know how he is. Sorry, man, I gotta go. I can't wait. That's what you keep saying, but you still won't tell me what's going on. Young Duncan, bit of a whiner. What is so important that you have to run out now, in the middle of the night, without even telling Raymond why? He's distraught. You can see it on his face, hear it in his voice. He used to be lost without you. I got 5 options of the truth. Seems a bit excessive. No lie. It's a job, too good to pass up. Come on, Duncan, we could use you. You're good in a fight. Need to see a guy about a deal. Got a friend in a bind, Duncan. That's all I can say about it. I have to go help. I thought I knew all your friends. I don't like this, Lovey. It sounds like the kind of stuff we said we'd leave behind. Look, whatever's going on, I can tell you one thing, Raymond will not approve. I'll deal with that when I get back. I won't be gone long. 2-3 days tops. 2-3 days, 8 years tops. I know. Why do you think I'm sneaking out? A wage slave. I'm back before the weekend. You remember the look on Duncan's face as you walked away. The events that followed were a blur, one that you don't care to remember. The snow. 3 days later, you were behind bars in a private corporate prison. No interrogation, no charges, no appeal. Years later, some corporation bought some other corporation, and the new board of directors pushed through some sort of reform agenda, and the higher-ups gave an order. And then you were out with a few $100 million to your name and one scary as hell non-disclosure agreement ensuring your silence. Ugh, the old reform agenda NDA combo. Saved many a criminal. Not that it mattered to you anymore. You were starting fresh, determined. Until Raymond tracked you down, left you that voicemail, brought you to Hong Kong, and back together with Duncan Wu. You realize that Wu's been staring at you. The transitions are pretty cool. Like that works. Well, let's hear it. Where the hell have you been all this time? Why didn't you contact me? At least to tell me you were alive. I wanted to, Duncan, but I was locked up tight. Corporate black site, no communication. The deep, dark kind. Oh, snap. I had no idea. Full lie detector mode. A range of emotions play across Wu's face. He stares at the ground for some time before finally looking back up at you with a heavy sigh. Well, I really don't know how to process that one right now. He shakes his head. I don't know. If we're still alive tomorrow, we can talk more. This is too much. We're marooned on this island, hunted by the cops, partner dead, Raymond missing. We're about to go see a crime lord about erasing our goddamn identities. And as a bonus, our only allies are a pair of tiny criminals who would kill us if they could, so they didn't have to deal with this. Tiny criminals. Listen, Lovey, back in the Barrens, whenever I was out of control, you just handled the situation. Remember? With Carter gone, I'm just a raw nerve. I'm afraid I'm going to slip back and people are going to start getting hurt again. I got your back, Duncan. Remember what that means? His voice comes out flat. We'll see. Just don't press it. I need time to get used to you. Now let's go meet that triad woman and get our damn sins burned. I want to rip off the bandage as fast as I can. But wait. There's karma. Spend some karma. Dun dun dun. Dun 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 dun. Ooh, I can get more quickness. Confirm. I got more quickness. Any loot in here? Trash cans? No? Alright, alright. Always be looting. Hioi, a makeshift boat city latched into the Kaitak riverfront like a parasite. Behind you, a massive snarl of dark and derelict high-rises dominates the horizon, the walled city. It's tough to read two things at once, just FYI. Ooh, intercom. Don't talk to anyone. That's what they said. But this guy might be a shop. Hello? A massive steel security door set into a bunker-like concrete wall. There's no sign or indication of what this place is. A battered intercom is encased in a cage of welded steel, and grainy letters are barely readable on the screen. Chrome Alley, medical services and mechanical repair. Premises protected by deadly weapons affections and walk away. Just wanted to see what you are. MTR. Don't talk to anyone. Where's the ramen place? Or sorry, the mahjong place. Ramen. That's what I really need. My stomach is still churning from that in-flight meal. Bolt hole. Original name has been sloppily painted over with black paint. Newer, but somehow somewhat weathered characters have been painted in bold brushstrokes and read Bolt Hole. What did you call me? Come on in, we have a lot to talk about. Yes, we do. The Swift Winds Mahjong Parlor. Oh no! It's gone. You can feel every eye in the room as you cross the Mahjong Parlor to the middle-aged woman sitting patiently at its end. The click-clack of ivory-colored tiles stops. Hands stray beneath tables into jacket pockets behind backs. The woman has the face of a prison guard and the demeanor of an inmate. Her salt and pepper hair is pulled into an iron-hard bun, and beneath it 2 shiny black eyes offer nothing. Buttons sewn on a doll. But once she puts on her magic hat, Frosty the Snowman. A nearly empty bottle of something foul rests on her mahjong table, nestled between a pair of dirty shot glasses. Tiny puddles of brown linger at their bottoms. Cobb and Isabel stand on the other side of the table, heads lowered. Shoulders slumped, hands clasped. They risk a frightened glance at you as you approach. Kindly Cheng's voice is nasal and rusty mean. My little pair of F-ups here told me all about what happened on the docks. She dips a pinky into a shot glass, brings it to her mouth, removes it with a sharp smack. How 2 of my best runners had their heads put out. How you need protection, and how you need to get your identities wiped before you get your heads put out too. She's not very kindly so far. Potentially leading the heat to my front door, placing me and everyone in my employ in danger. So wise, so very, very wise. We're sorry, Auntie. We thought. You don't think. You mustn't speak until you are spoken to, Gobbet dear. The smile turns mean. Before it was friendly? And since you are one short hair away from being dumped in the river chained to Isabel's corpse, I suggest you let your new friends here do the talking for a while. Would you rather be the corpse or the one chained to the corpse? Does that make sense to you, dear? Her trickle voice is back, sweet, nasal, and grinding. Dark circles ring her armpits. Yes, Auntie. She's sweating. Never let him see you sweat. Cheng inclines her head gently. Very good. You learned so quickly. Gobbet kept a very cool head in a tense situation. She's the one who led us out of the police ambush. Gobbet's eyes dart from you to the Triad boss and back again. A thin trickle of perspiration slides from beneath the ropes of her hair. Kindly, Cheng slowly turns her attention to you. Her voice remains cloyingly sweet. I count little Gobbet here among my most resourceful runners, but I admit it's good to have outside validation from time to time. The look of gratitude from the young rat shaman is deeply sincere and exceedingly brief. Kindly's chin lowers and her nostrils flare. And now that you've shared that valuable little tidbit, perhaps you would be so kind as to keep your fucking mouth, your mouth shut until you are spoken to. Can you do that for me? Yes, Auntie. I do appreciate it, dear. She pours another drink. Her cheeks are rosy, already flushed. Now, my darlings, I understand from little rat poop here that you came from Seattle to meet with my client, Mr. Black. But before you could find him, the HKPF started splattering gray matter everywhere, and everything went badly. Let's just say that. And now you need your sins burned so you can disappear before you end up dead too. Is that right? Is that possible? Yes, ma'am. Can you help us? Very good. Why don't we start with you telling me who you are? Oh, you've already chosen a street name. How prescient of you. Lovey, it's a good name. Has real character. Oh, thank you. Thank you very much. She flutters her eyelashes at you. Now, what's your real name? I mean, do you want me to erase your identities, don't you, dear? I'll need to know who you are first. Lovey, I do what needs doing. I guess that you'd call me as a street samurai. She rests her chin on her hand. Ah, yes, you're from Seattle. Street samurai isn't something we say here in Hong Kong. We prefer street soldier. Oh, I see, because they're Chinese. Right, right. And how did you become a street soldier, Lovey? Oh, now I'm full of lies. No truth options. Picked it up young. I've been in the cooler for a few. See, is this... I love this choice. But is this the truth? I guess it's the truth. So they don't label... I don't know. Spent some time in the cooler. Yeah. Still can't believe it. Kindly Cheng whips her head towards Wu, a nasty retort already on her lips. But then she stops, sticks out her lower lip as she sizes him up. She turns to her lieutenant standing behind her, nodding her approval. Looks like the gun show is in town. What's your name, gun show? What is she talking about? Him? What about me? Duncan Wu, I'm a cop. Lone Star. I hear there were some fresh corpses found on the docks tonight. Smugglers, I believe. Didn't sound like the Hong Kong police when I heard about it. You're doing, Duncan Wu? Ahem, ahem. I identified myself as Lone Star, but they wouldn't stand down. They had weapons. It was self-defense. I don't care, sweetie. They weren't my people. She's so caring. But now I know you're a life taker, Mr. Gun Show. You're a killer. You and your friend here. She begins arranging mahjong tiles on the table in front of her. But now I'm curious. Why were you meeting Raymond Black on the docks tonight? Interesting. A bottle of swill. She seems powerful enough to be drinking something besides swill. A look of disgust passes over her face. Sorry, kids, but he was looking like when I saw him, eyes half open, dark circles around them, dragging his feet, the whole bit. Oh yeah, where's the Drek? He was looking like Drek. Your foster daddy was in a bad place. You think it was drugs? He learned it by watching you. Tell us everything you know about him. Sounds like he wasn't sleeping. Could be. From what he said, it sounded like he was having nightmares. He would stop in the middle of a sentence and mutter something to himself. One time it was about the walls breathing or something. Another time it was about teeth. Thousands of teeth. I remember him drifting off near the end of our meeting. It looked like he was off somewhere else in his head. He said, I left prosperity in there. Then Nightjar put his hand on Mr. Black's shoulder, asked him why he wanted to go into the walled city so badly. That seemed to bring him back. Oh, Nightjar. When your old man opened his eyes, they were full of tears. Then he muttered something else I couldn't make out. She pours herself another shot, tosses it back, and rubs her belly. That's good drinking. Your daddy got really irritating after a while. What do you think it means? I have no clue. No drecking clue. She grabs a long, slim cigar from a pack on the mahjong table, lights it. All right, let's get to it.